Hi there, Kevin Cahill here. I've been a real estate broker since 1999, a realtor that whole period of time, corporate executive since 2009, running real estate brokerages and offices and advising and coaching agents and teams. Compass is working right now to create a new strategy, and I just don't really think it's in the best interest of consumers. And I'll make a bold prediction, and that is to say that I don't think this will be a program that Compass will have around for a long time. I don't think it'll make it through the end of this year. And the reason is very simple. And you can see I have the addendum to listing agreement here visible for you to take a look at. You can take a screenshot, read it more in detail. Home sellers get top dollar for their home by having the largest possible pool of home buyers being aware that their property is available for sale. It needs to be easy to get into and view as a buyer if you're going to seriously consider the home. Do home buyers buy homes sight unseen without visiting the property? Yeah, and that was happening a lot during COVID, but it's really not the norm. And it's not how most people choose to buy a piece of residential real estate. They pretty much want to get in there, see it for themselves, get a sense of what it looks like around the house, the neighborhood, the street, the view, the vibe of the neighborhood. Having a very limited pool of buyers, meaning only those who work with Compass, isn't going to do the seller the highest and best service. Home sellers are best served by having the largest possible pool of buyers being aware of the property. And I understand Robert Refkin is a very smart guy, and I admire him incredibly. I've read his book. I think he's amazing. He's obviously built an amazing company, Compass. He has wonderful experience. Before he was running Compass, he was working at the White House, and he was at Lazard and graduated very quickly in Columbia, I think 2.5 years. Worked for McKinsey straight out of college. I mean, smart guy, no doubt about it. In his book, he talks about many, many, many mistakes he has made in growing Compass into what it is today. So much so that he almost lost his position at Compass while he was really doing some innovative and brilliant stuff that just didn't work. And maybe it was ahead of its time. I don't actually think that this strategy, that Compass's three-phased marketing strategy, is ahead of its time. I think it's a terrible throwback to an earlier time in the industry when you needed to go directly to the seller's agent in order to get into a property. In the late 1990s, the industry changed remarkably when buyer representation was a new strategy that then became a lawful approach where home buyers could have an agent advocating for the home buyer, helping that home buyer protect their interest, make certain that they were helped and being protected during the home buying process. And then buyer agency created buyer compensation. And granted, there are some real challenges right this minute. April 2025, we're still dealing with the fallout of what was happening through court cases in 2024. The real estate industry in the United States might be flawed with certain things that could be improved. However, I've traveled around the world. I've always looked at real estate everywhere my wife Lisa and I go. We're always looking at how is the real estate market conducted in these other countries. And without exception, the United States has the best real estate marketplace in the world. MLSs, cooperation amongst brokerages, IDX, the Internet Data Exchange, where an agent can list a property and other brokerages who are members of that same MLS can access those properties and market them on their websites and to their buyers. This is all very, very helpful for home sellers, home buyers, the real estate marketplace. It's the most efficient real estate marketplace in the world. Can it be improved? Yes. Must it be improved? Absolutely. And as a real estate broker, I absolutely want to do whatever I can to improve the real estate market for the protection of home sellers and home buyers, while keeping real estate agents integral, and while making it the most transparent and open marketplace there could be for what is obviously one of the most valuable and expensive assets that a person might ever buy in their lifetime, their home. And of course, when you're dealing with investors, then it's still a huge financial transaction. And openness, transparency, it's hugely important. But I think this is a major throwback to a less efficient, less transparent, less open marketplace. And I just want you to be aware of what's going on right now. And let's see what we can do to make the residential real estate market more open, more transparent, more efficient, and more within reach of more home buyers. This type of approach, while they even in their language talk about the Fair Housing Act, anytime you limit the exposure of a property, you're limiting the pool of buyers who are going to be aware of that. And that automatically and by default has the potential for negative Fair Housing Act implications. And we don't want that. We want anybody who can buy a home to buy any home they want to buy. They have access to the schools, the communities, the neighborhoods, wherever they'd like to buy, anywhere they can afford to buy. Anyone should be able to buy any home they want to buy. And this is limiting the potential for people to buy anywhere they want to buy. So just my quick thoughts on it. I'd love to get your feedback on it. Please share your thoughts and comments.